What's going on, everyone? You're back with your boy Jono for another quick math lesson. Today we're going to look at simplifying complex algebraic fractions that require quite a lot of factorization. So if you are strong at factorizing and you've got the patience to set out correctly, I think you will find these okay. These questions look incredibly difficult, but usually we're just combining a few pretty standard factorization questions together into one question, just to see if you know the kind of processes throughout. One of the most important things that we need to be looking at for this one is cancelling on top and bottom. So if I have something like this, I've got x plus 3 squared divided by x plus 3, we can cancel these out. I actually like to throw brackets around that x plus 3 at the bottom just so I can definitely tell that they're the same. But that squared becomes 1 up the top and the bottom becomes a 1. So all I'm left with is x plus 3. If you're on top of that, you're going to find this pretty easy. We've got 4 steps to do this. The first thing you absolutely have to do is please just label each part of the fraction. So that means the numerator and the denominator on both fractions if you've got 2 of them. From there, I want you to factorize each part, right? This is the factorization unit. You will have to factorize. So chances are that's the step that you need to take. From there, I want you to rewrite the fraction using your factorized parts, and then you're going to have to cancel like we just did. So the factorization is only one part of this, but the writing out and setting out, labeling, writing out, are 2 major components of this. If you can do that, you will be on the right track, guaranteed. So this question looks like an absolute beast. We've got 4 parts of the fraction that all look tough, but we're going to break it down and do it in very, very ordered steps, and you'll see it's not too hard. So I'm going to label that first fraction 1 and 2, numerator as a 1 and the denominator as a 2, and then the numerator on the second fraction is 3 and then 4. Starting off like this is really important. So all I now have to do is factorize each one of these, and I'm going to factorize number 1 first. So if I've got x squared plus 3x plus 2, I have to find a number that multiplies to give 2 and adds together to give 3. And this is just 2 and 1. So that means the factorized version of this is x plus 2, x plus 1. And I'm totally done. I'm actually going to write this down immediately in a new fraction, quite far down my page, just to give myself enough space. So I'm going to move down and write x plus 2, x plus 1 in the same position that I took it from up the top. Now going back, I just have to factorize number 2. So that's x squared plus 8x plus 7. So I've got to find a number that multiplies to give 7 and plus together to give 8. This is going to be 7 and 1. So I've got x plus 7, x plus 1, done. One thing you will notice with these questions is that you will start to see the same kind of brackets pop up a few times because your teacher wants you to cancel stuff out. That's the point of the question. So don't be surprised that we're seeing x plus 1 pop up twice already. Again, I'm going to move down and put it in the same position underneath. So I've got x plus 7 and x plus 1. That's my first fraction done. So I'll pop back to the top. I'm going to do number 3. I've got x squared minus 49, and I'm going to do a difference of 2 squares here. So the square root of 49 is 7. So I've got x plus 7, x minus 7, done. Again, coming down to the bottom, I'm going to put x plus 7, x minus 7 on the top of a new fraction. And then that number 4 is actually already factorized. It's x plus 2. So I'm just going to put it down the bottom straight away. Again, I like to put it in brackets just so I can immediately see that it does have a partner on the top. Now all we've got to do is what we did before with those x plus 3s. If you see it on the top and you see it on the bottom, cross them out, you're done. So the x plus 2 goes with the x plus 2 on the other side, the x plus 1 goes with the x plus 1, and the x plus 7 goes with the x plus 7. So all that's left is x minus 7 on the top. So the answer is x minus 7, done. So the factorizing is not that hard. Those are just 1 or 2 step factorization questions. You just have to do a few of them, and then setting it out correctly means that you can cancel very easily. So these questions are not too hard. They're not usually going to put really tough non-mnemonics in these questions. They just want to see that you can factorize effectively multiple times and then cancel the correct answer. This one's a little bit harder. Because we're doing an addition and not a multiplication, we actually have to get a common denominator before we start, and then we can start to simplify. Again, because it's a factorization topic, we're probably going to have to factorize. That first one is x squared minus 9. So using difference of 2 squares, I've got x plus 3, x minus 9 on the bottom. That 3x plus 9, I can take the 3 out the front and I'm left with x plus 3. So to make these the common denominator, I'm going to have to multiply the first fraction by 3 in order to get that exactly the same as the other side. But as I do that, I've got to also multiply the second fraction by x minus 3. And that will get these to both be 3x plus 3, x minus 3. So this is equal to 12 over 3x plus 3, x minus 3, plus 2 x minus 3 over 3x plus 3, x minus 3. So now I've got a common denominator. I can put this over the same fraction. In this same step, I'm also going to expand that bracket on the top second fraction, which becomes 2x minus 6. So as I put these two fractions together, I've got 12 plus 2x minus 6 over 3x plus 3, x minus 3. I'm going to stop saying the denominator every time. I'm sick of saying 3's, but just remember I am writing it out every single time, and you do need to do that through your working out. Simplifying the top of that fraction, that becomes 2x plus 6. So now I've got 2x plus 6. I can actually take a 2 out of it to factorize it. So I've got 2x plus 3 on the top. Rewrite this out, and then you can see that I've got an x plus 3 at the top and an x plus 3 at the bottom. You cancel these two out, and you then are left with your final answer. I've got 2 over 3x minus 3, and then I'm done. So I know that this is a lot of work, but these questions are always worth 4, 5, 6 marks. So if you can do the factorization to start off, you'll start seeing things where you can cancel, and you'll pick up marks as this thing goes along. The only thing you really don't want to do is not know how to start and get a 0. I guarantee you'll be able to pick up 1, 2, 3 out of 5 marks without doing too much maths. Thanks so much for watching this lesson, guys, and I'll see you later.